Hello everyone, this is Thomas Pop from Zaxcom, and today I'm here to teach you about the Mode menu inside of the Nomad. Now, if you've never used a Nomad before, this is definitely one of the menus that you can't overlook. This is where you're going to set up all of the parameters of the Nomad so you're ready for the gig that you take on. So, if you haven't already done so, go ahead and turn on the Nomad. And once it's booted up, go ahead and press the menu knob. Inside of the main menu, go to Mode and push the menu button. So the first thing that we need to look at inside of the Mode menu is the sample rate. Go ahead and press the menu knob. Inside of this menu, it gives you the ability to change your sample rate. As of right now, in version 3.0, you have the ability to change your sample rate from 48K to 48.048K. In the near future, with newer software versions, you will have the ability to record at higher sample rates, like 96K. Also in this menu is the ability to enable recording tracks. Depending on the Nomad that you have, either a 4, 6, 8, or 12, you will notice that there are up to 12 boxes that will allow you to select what tracks to record on your primary card. You will also notice that by enabling or disabling record tracks in this menu, it will also reflect in the meters on the home screen. For example, if you disable tracks 2 through 4, you will notice on the home screen that your record meters have lines through them. This means that on the front of the machine, you have the ability to know what tracks are armed to record and which ones are disabled. Next in the Mode menu is Timecode Transport. You have the ability of setting up normal or auto load for your timecode transport. Now, most of the time, you're probably going to be leaving this in normal. The only time that you would ever want to use auto load is if you were using the Nomad as a slave device and sending audio and timecode to this so you could make a one-to-one backup from another recorder. Now, there are a few more instances where autoload may come in handy for your productions, and if you want to see that, please contact us at www.zaxcom.com and request that we make a video specifically on the autoload process. Next, we have the slate source. You have the ability of using the internal slate that's built into the Nomad on the front of the device, or an external source, using the slate jack on the side of the unit. Depending on what you're using, go ahead and select either internal or external. Next is pre-record. You have the ability of setting up to 10 seconds of pre-record on the Nomad. I highly recommend leaving this anywhere between 5 and 10. Next is auto trim. Now, I'm going to be making a video specifically on this to show you the ins and outs of auto trim and why it is so amazingly simple to use on this machine. But for now, let's just go ahead and leave it on with the notion of you knowing that what it does is turn the menu knob into your preamp trims for each of your inputs. Stay tuned for the video specifically on auto trim. Next is input configure. The easiest way to explain input configure is letting you know that if you decide to use the digital inputs on your Nomad 6, 8, or 12, it requires more processing power than just using analog inputs and analog return inputs. So this menu page was created in order to disable certain inputs on your Nomad in order to allow processing power for the additional digital inputs. If you don't ever plan on using the digital inputs on your machine, go ahead and use input type 10, which disables them and allows you to use return 3 and 4, analog 5 and 6, as well as your IFB input. Now, if you are keeping up to date with all of these videos, you may already know what the next setting is all about. The transport keys allows you to select shifted or unshifted. For a brief explanation of how this works, go ahead and re-watch the ENG setup video. The GPI remote roll setting allows you to slave this machine to a remote roll device. Next, Mix 8. This allows you to connect a Mix 8 to the serial USB port on the left side of the Nomad. This will allow you to mix using an external control surface. And last but not least, Pan Copy 3, 4, and 5 and 6. These settings allow you to make sure that whatever you're outputting out of the 1 and 2 buses get copied to 3, 4, and or 5 and 6. This is perfect if you need to send the exact same left and right mix to multiple cameras or multiple decks. We're going to demonstrate this in a new video shortly. Congratulations, you have now learned all of the settings inside of the mode menu. If you have any questions, please contact us at www.zaxcom.com. Once again, my name is Thomas Popp, and thank you for watching the Nomad Mode Menu video.